guys, I'm back. We're here to talk about Married at First Sight, Season 17, Episode 1. Um, so we're in Denver, and we're meeting all the couples, except Michael's bride. So I started off the clips that I put down, starting off with Michael at the wedding and how he got jilted. He got left at the altar, so to speak. I think they made her go in there and tell him to his face that she didn't want to get married, and then, that was that. When I looked at the after show, and I might load up the after show, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do this season yet, so please be patient, with me. On the after show, Rudy was saying that she heard that the woman had already decided that she didn't want to do it before she met Michael. So it wasn't that she got up there and saw his face and then ran, but she had already decided to back out. And like I said, I guess they made her go up down the altar and tell him that. But as for Michael, he seems like a pretty nice dude. There was a whole lot. I don't understand this whole men loving the costumes thing, when they're grown. It's almost like Miguel when he was doing the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I was at a birthday party over the weekend, and then I got invited to go to this Burning Man thing that they had somewhere in the city. And the guy that I went with, he put on a costume. And I was looking at him like, are you for real? But I didn't say nothing. I just, I wanted to see what was going on. So it was something. So I know that I'm not a burner. I'm not interested in the whole Burning Man situationship. They did have a cute little fire show though that I thought was, interesting. But yeah, not my scene. So anyway, with Michael, he works in tech. Seems like he's doing, okay for himself. Really wanted to get married. I'm trying to see if I have any notes down here for him. Doesn't look like I do. I don't know why I wouldn't. Let me see. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, yeah. He says that he is eclectic and he's an acquired taste. He wants to be able to court his wife during this 8 weeks of the experiment and afterwards until he can win her over to him. He wants to travel, and he wants someone who's thoughtful and caring and who loves sex. So yeah, I thought he was funny at the bachelor party too. I put that clip up there. So yeah, he was at the altar with his crown and sword, and I really don't even know what that was about. I mean, there's nowhere in the world I would let him have any of that in the wedding pictures. So it was just a whole lot, Michael. So next time, just go in regular tux, have your hair done, child, and just be prepared to get married. Is there anything else? Oh, on the after show too, one of the ladies was saying that the problem that she had with the bride is that she took up a spot that somebody else could have fulfilled. I mean, she went and did the whole process. She got the wedding dress and everything, So they've invested a lot of money and time, into getting her ready to be presented, to Michael. And that's the way that I felt with, who was that girl that didn't want to get married to Chris? Elisa, whatever her name was. She was ridiculous. She really honestly was. And she did. I don't even know why she got married to him. I actually I can see it from both sides. Because if she wasn't going to be all in it, then she didn't need to do it. So that actually probably ended up being a good decision for her. And I would have been mad if she had wasted my time, this season. So I'm glad that, like I said, if she wasn't gonna be serious about it, she just backed out, now instead of waiting to do it at the end of 8 weeks. So on my notes, who do I have here? I have Emily, I think. So Emily and Brandon, I put them in that order. Okay, cool. So Emily, I can't remember how old she is. I think she's in her late 20s, maybe, and she's never been in love. She hates dating because she thinks that things are cool and that they're having a good time, but then the dude never calls her and she never sees him, again. And I know, what that feels like. People are not honest in the way that they communicate themselves, and they put on the front, and then they let you find out later what the real story is. So it's kind of passive aggressive, in nature. And men should do a better job of communicating themselves. If they don't want to be mistreated by women, then you're going to have to stop mistreating women and other people. You can't run around doing the kind of stuff that you want to do to people and then think that you're going to get good treatment, in return. It just doesn't, well, it hasn't worked out that way for me. Let me put it that way. I mean, even when I treat people well, they still, turn around and treat me like shit. So, I mean, but my job is to try and figure out what kind of person I want to be, not because I am mistreated or treated. It's just, who can I get up and be every day, consistently? And either that's going to be good enough, or it's not. So she likes to travel. She says that one of the things that sucks about her success is that she gets all these travel opportunities and she doesn't have anyone like special to share it with other than her family, and friends. And now she's just kind of at that point in her life where she wants to start sharing these kinds of moments with a special someone, not just the people she's been doing it with up to now. So this marriage is going to be her first big relationship, and one of the things that her friend was saying about her is that they think that she's going to have to prioritize being able to think about others first instead of thinking about herself first. The problem with that is that this is how she's lived for her entire life. So she's tried to date and she's tried to incorporate and fold this into her life, but it hasn't worked. So hopefully she is ready to make those changes. And if she is, then maybe this would be a successful decision, for her. So we're going to look at Brennan. And he's from New York. And he says that he felt like he had to tone down, his New York side being in Denver. And I understand that because I've had to readjust, my whole Southern, thing. Sometimes it pops out and, people have a key. Well, I'm not even going to, talk about that. But yeah, I understand. I can identify with what he's saying about that. And he feels that this is going to be the marriage forever because he doesn't believe in divorce. So he wants to be able to support his wife and what she needs. He wants her to be spontaneous and like sports, be intelligent, beautiful, have a nice smile. He was talking about his parents' marriage and saying that they, even though they've been married for 30 years, it was a rough one because they didn't communicate well with each other. And there was a lot of fighting and a lot of misunderstanding and just a lot of craziness that he says that he doesn't want in his marriage. He wants to be able to have better communication. So who are we looking at now? Orion. I like his name. I think that's cool. He says that he is Native American. So half of him is Apache and half of him is Navajo, which I think, is really cool. That's a rich history, that he comes from. So he is past surface dating. He wants to be in a comfortable space with his significant other. He wants them to be compatible in sex and just life. He says that if they get really, really good sex, then that's a bonus. He doesn't believe that love fails, and He has explored his sexuality, and he found out that he's not gay. So, and with Orion, if you go and look at that bachelor party video, he's talking about his girth. So, with what Lauren said, she said that she's had girth, and she's looking for way more, than that. So Lauren says that she's disappointed in Denver as far as dating. She works for the government. I forget in what capacity. I can't remember right now, but she loves her rich black culture. She wants someone she can be safe with, that she can be vulnerable and be herself. She too says that she has a high sex drive and she wants compatibility. And to her, love equals freedom, it equals home. And she has also explored her sexuality, and she would categorize herself as queer. And but she desires to be married to a man for the safety reasons, and I guess a man is her first choice, to be married to. So if this doesn't work out, I don't know, maybe she might decide to, do something else. Okay, so we are going to look at Austin and Becca. So Becca is a photographer. She's the one with the pink hair. So she believes in right time, right place. I do too. So I'm hoping that Becca is gonna be my Nicole this season, child. I love that. I love right time, right place, and right person. She talks about how she's had to go through growing pains, not just in life, but also with her health. She has autoimmune disease. And what an autoimmune disease is, it's it's an occurrence when your body begins to attack itself. And it thinks that your healthy cells are enemies. And so it starts to attack your healthy tissue, and it degenerates, whatever it is that it is attacking. And with her, it's happening in her spinal cord. So she has good days and she has bad days. So she's hoping that Austin is someone who can be able to absorb all of that, about her, and accept, what is it? In sickness and in health, the part of the vows. And so Austin wants to be able to meet the right person. He really wants to be married. He's very creative, artistic. I think he's in sales too. His parents had a long marriage, and when you go back and you look at that video where his mom is talking, she is no joke, and she's not going to, if he's not being his best self, she's going to be in his face telling him about it. And I actually appreciate that, about mom. Maybe her posting him up about him will give his marriage an opportunity, to actually work. So we shall see. So who do we have next? I think we have Cameron and Claire. Yeah. So Cameron is from he's from another country. I forgot. I don't know why I didn't write it down. But I forget where he's from. But anyway, so he came to America. He found friends. He got work. He now is to a point where he feels like he wants to get married. And we'll check him out. I actually think I have more in my mind about Claire than I did, about him. So with Claire, she's a therapist, and she said that her brother's suicide was one of the things that really pushed her in the direction of therapy, that she's in. And she wants someone who's goofy and that loves to have fun. I don't know if that's Cameron, but he see, at the bachelor party, I got a chance to see some of his humor, so he actually might. So we'll see. She wants him to be kind, warm, smart, and hardworking. And so when she was telling her people. I think it was her mom, her two sisters, and a friend. And her mother was really, she was really saying that she hopes that they pick someone who's worthy, of, a Claire, in their lives. So I think, oh, and I didn't include the picking of the wedding dress and the tuxedo. I didn't see anything that was film worthy. If and go looking at the amount of views that I've gotten for the videos I did put up, I'm glad that I didn't put that energy into putting those up. And I don't know if I'm going to do it with the after show. If I can't get viewership for the regular videos, then I don't know if I want to put in that extra effort for the after show. I have to think about that. So, let me see. Is that it? I think that's it. I don't have that much for Claire. Yep. And then I did say that. So, okay. I think this is it, guys. Thank you for your time and attention, and we'll see you again for episode number 2. Have a fantastic, wonderful, great day.